Hello, friends. Today we're going to be talking about the Georgia Experience Online Test Practice. This is a great website because anybody can use it, not just teachers, but also students anywhere that they happen to be. We have practiced this platform on at least 3, 4, 5 different occasions. Students have practiced this on their own. So it's something that students understand, and I think that it will be beneficial to go through it and show you all the different tools and ways to answer questions. As though you were taking the Georgia milestones. Now, something to keep in mind is that this is not the actual Georgia milestones, but it really does show what the Georgia milestones looks like. So I'm going to go through each individual tool and show you how it works. And I'm also going to show you what the questions look like and how to answer it. All right, so first, when you go to gaexperienceonline.com, you'll first see these 3 buttons. Now, the first one deals with documentation, the second one says tutorial, and the third one says test practice and online guides. You will want to click the third button, test practice and online guides. When you click this button, you're going to get 4 more buttons. I know that sounds confusing, but when you click on that button, you get 4 buttons, and one of them says Online Tools Training, but it's in the top right corner. So the rest of them that say Online Tools Training are not our tests because we are not high school students. We are not retaking the test. We're taking it for the first time. So spring main, and we are end of grade for 3rd grade. This is not a study guide. We're doing the test practice. So you click this top button. You click standard online tools because we are not having accommodations or modifications for our test. And of course, you click 3rd grade because that's the grade we're in. And just like that, we're in the test. Now, this square in the middle of the screen tells you exactly what test you're taking and the practice GTID. These materials will be provided by the testing administrator during the real tests, but it's important to look at that because if we were taking the wrong test, the administrator is responsible for letting someone know that so we can get your learner on the right test. When you click continue, it takes you forward and it tells you what test we're going to take. That's G3 SPT 2023. Now, these 3 buttons tell you if you can see all 3 of them, you're good to go to the next one. And there's test directions which show us how to take the test. The pointer tool lets you click an option like a multiple choice question. The forward button lets you go to the next question, and the flag button lets you put a little flag on a question you might find tricky so you could come back to it later. Undo means to get rid of the last action you took. Redo means to do an action again. Cut means to take text from one place and get rid of it. Copy means to grab a piece of text so you can put it somewhere else. And paste means to put text in a new place. But we're not going to be using these tools very much because we produce our own original writing, and anything we need to grab, we can type it. These buttons are very important. You want to press next to go forward. If you want to go to another question in the test, you press the down arrow so you can see all the questions at once. You mainly want to do that at the end when you're reviewing your questions, and when you're ready to finish the test, you select the review or end test button. When you're ready to finish the test, you click the end test button. But make sure then, this is the most important thing, do not ever submit the Georgia milestones unless you have answered every question, and that's what we're going to be doing today. Confirm you would like to submit or return to review your test questions. So it's okay to go back. The GMAS gives you plenty of time. It's always okay to go back and check your answers, and that's what we're going to do today. Here's some tools you need to know. Pointer lets you choose an answer. Cross off lets you get rid of those bad answers that you don't like. Highlighter lets you select text evidence or things that are important. Notepad lets you make notes on the side, but they won't read them. Magnifier lets you make the tests bigger in case you are having trouble seeing. And line guide lets you scroll down automatically so you can see the text as it appears. Masking lets you focus in on areas to focus your reading and block out certain other areas. The measurement tools like a ruler will let you see how big or long something is. All right, and here's some helpful testing hints. Read each question carefully. Some questions have 4 choices, and some questions have 2 parts. And some questions have more than one answer you can choose. So you have to read the directions carefully. That's the biggest thing. If you read the directions, you're going to get a good score. All right. Or you're going to get your best score, I should say, because if you don't know what to do, it's hard to get your best score. All right, to see your progress, select the review or end test button. You may go to any question by selecting it from the list as it appears on the screen, and you check the question help button to find more information. So let's go ahead and begin the test because we've taken this before. Section 1 of this test, and this is true no matter what they have you read about, assesses your skill to comprehend reading passages and use information from the passages to write an opinion piece. Now, on the real GMAS, you might have to write an opinion piece or an information piece or both, but you first have to answer 3 multiple choice questions. Before you begin writing your opinion piece, you will need to read 2 passages and answer 3 multiple choice questions and 1 short constructed response question about what you have read. As you read the passages, think about details you may use in an opinion piece about giving and receiving. These are the titles of the passages you will read. The gift of giving and receiving is fun. Read the first passage. Title, The Gift of Giving. It's nice to get things. Getting a present can be a fun surprise. Even free candy bars are exciting, but it is much better to be the person giving than the person receiving. Giving to others is special. It makes people happy. Think about how you would feel if someone gave you a new toy. That's how others feel when you give to them. You make yourself happy by making others happy. There are other reasons to give as well. Surprising someone with a gift could mean that person will do the same for you. Many times people will want to show how much they enjoyed your gift by getting something nice for you. So even if you like to receive, it pays to give. Best of all, giving makes you a nice person. If you are only thinking about yourself at all times, people might think you are selfish. You can show others that you care by remembering their special days and giving them something that you think they will like. Now read the second passage. Title, Receiving is Fun. People might think that this is selfish, but I believe it's nicer to receive than to give. Nothing beats the joy of opening a wrapped present. You never know what's on the inside. It could be a toy or something cool to wear. It doesn't matter. Since you don't know what's inside, the gift feels special. If someone gives you a nice gift, it means a lot. It shows that the person knows you well enough to, to give you the one thing that makes you truly happy. When people know you that well, it usually means they love you. Love is another thing worth receiving. If you are loved, you probably love people in return. Receiving is better no matter who is giving you the gift. It could be a teacher, a friend, or a family member. If someone surprises you with a great gift, you'll remember that person forever. You'll want to surprise that person with a great gift of your own. After all, receiving is the first step to giving. So, why does the author of the gift of giving, the first passage, what does the author mean by saying it pays to give? So first, we're going to find that text evidence. I'm going to use my highlighter. That's the third tool, and it says it pays to give. So you see right by it, there's a paragraph, and if it feels better to receive something than to give something. That doesn't sound like something the author of the gift of giving would say, because they like giving better. So I'm going to get rid of that. If you give something, you might receive something in return. Let's see if it says that. They might show how much they enjoyed your gift by giving something nice for you. That's exactly what it says. So I'm going to keep that answer. If you give a gift, you might have to pay money for it. That's not really what it says. And last, it's important to give gifts so people know that you care about them. Okay, that's true, but that's not really why the author says it pays to give, though, even though that's true. So it could be B or D, but B is a better answer than D. So I'm going to click this little arrow button, and I'm going to select this answer. And then I've answered one question correctly. Next question. In the first paragraph, why does the author of Receiving is Fun, so let's find that, state that it doesn't matter what the gift is? Let's see. I'm going to highlight this just to make sure I know what I'm reading. So people might think this is selfish, but I believe it's nicer to receive than to give. Nothing beats the joy of opening a wrapped present. You never know what's on the inside. It could be a toy or something cool to wear. It doesn't matter. Since you don't know what's on the inside, the gift feels special. So all those sound like a surprise. So let's see if any of these answers have to do with surprises. Because even love is a gift worth giving? Yeah, that's true, but does it have to do with surprises? No. Because nicer gifts show that the person loves you? Well, a not so nice gift could show that someone loves you. So I don't like that answer. So I'm going to get rid of it. Because the gift could be from anyone in your life. Well, it doesn't really say that, even though that's true. So it could be C, but I'm going to read D because the idea of a surprise makes people feel good. So you see, all those have to do with surprise, and so does the answer, which is D. Okay? You see how on each one of these, I'm using text evidence to find my answer. Every GMAS question deals with text evidence. I go from the questions to the story to the questions. Find what answer supports the text evidence in the story. On what text evidence in the story supports the answer, and back and forth until I get the right one. Next question. Which pair of sentences from both passages shows the main idea of the gift of giving and receiving is fun? So main idea means what the text is mainly about. So I'm guessing this person in the first text likes to give things because it says that it's much better to be the person giving right here. It says better to be the person giving. All right. See, I'm using that text evidence. And then In the second one, it says it's nicer to receive. So the first person says it's better to give. The second person says it's better to receive. So I've got to find two sentences which state that in order. The first one says about giving. The second one says about receiving. So let's see if it's A. Getting a present can be a fun surprise. If someone gives you a nice gift, it means a lot. No, both of those talk about receiving. I'm going to get rid of that. Even free candy bars are exciting. You never know what's on the inside. That really doesn't talk about giving and receiving. So I'm going to get rid of that. You make yourself happy by making others happy. Nothing beats the joy of opening a wrapped present. Maybe those talk about giving and receiving. Surprising someone with a gift could mean the person will do the same for you. If you are loved, you probably love people in return. Okay, that's a pretty good answer. So, but which one shows the main ideas? Which one shows the main ideas? Let's see if this first sentence came from, let's see, surprising someone with a gift could mean they could do the same for you. And if you are loved, you'll probably love someone in return. Which answer is better, C or D? I'm going to say that the answer is D, because it supports the main ideas of the first passage and the second passage. So I'm going to choose D, get rid of C. All right. So now I'm going to go on to the next question. This is what the first day is like. You have 3 short multiple choice questions, and then we're on to writing. Now, how do you write on the GMAS? Great question. So in this passage, first thing I'm going to do is read the directions. The authors of The Gift of Giving and Receiving is Fun discuss gift giving and receiving. How are the points they discuss similar? Use details from both passages to support your answer. Type the answer in the space provided. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to find text evidence that is in both passages that are similar. And I'm going to start out with an introductory sentence. So the authors of The Gift of Giving and Receiving is Fun have points that are similar in many ways. Okay? So you see how I'm just restating what the author says, okay? I'm restating. That means I'm saying it what they said, but I'm repeating it back to them to show them that I understood what they said. Okay? Or I could write the points of The Gift of Giving and Receiving is Fun are similar in many ways. So you can see how it's a good way to start, because then the person scoring this will know exactly what I'm about to write about. So now that I've written a strong introduction, okay, I'm going to look at how I introduced my topic, okay? So I'm actually going to kind of go up here and add a little more to the beginning. So I'm going to say, when I was a kid, I used to love Christmas time. So I'm kind of introducing my voice. Mama would save up and buy us plenty of gifts. We loved giving and we also loved receiving. Now the author is introduced by showing that you understand the topic of the two essays you just wrote. So I'm going to tell 3 ways I think, I'll tell you what, let's do 5 just to make it thorough. Let's do 5 ways these passages are similar. Similar means the same, okay? First, both passages deal with giving and receiving. Then I'm going to come up with a sentence and relate it to my own experience because I want to introduce my voice to the topic, okay? I have always loved times when people opened presents. Okay, you see how I use the word first? That's called a transition word, okay? Next, I'm going to use other transition words. Next, both passages talk about, let's see, they both talk about caring for others. According to the text, gifts are ways we show that we care about other people. So I'm not copying the text. That takes too long and will give you a straight up 0 on the GMAS. I'm just kind of paraphrasing what I read about love and caring right here. So I'm saying it in my own 3rd grade ways, okay? Another detail in both passages is, let's see, the idea of surprises. Both of them talk about surprises, okay? And I can keep highlighting things that I want to focus on in my writing. Another detail in both passages is the idea of surprises. According to the author, anyone can surprise another person, okay? Let's see if we can find some more things that are the same. Oh, I see something. Both passages discuss making yourself feel better by helping other people. Finally, that's a great transition word. Finally, both passages say it doesn't matter what you give, it's the thought that counts. And then I want to give a concluding statement or a concluding sentence. You don't have to skip lines in between there. I'm just skipping lines for this one to show you, to help you keep track of what I'm actually writing. All right, so these details prove why, and then I go back to this, why the gift of giving and receiving is fun make similar points. All right. Now I'm going to put these together as one paragraph just to make it more concise, because I'm not trying to get extra points. It's not about how many sentences you write, although I wrote quite a few. It's about what your ideas say. Did you answer the question? That's what I'm interested in as a grader for the GMAS. That's what I care about. Did I answer the question? Did I do all the things I should do? Do I have an introduction? Do I have plenty of details? Do I have those transition words? Did I read the story? And can the person who is scoring me tell that I read the story? So I got 847 words, but I don't care. I care about, did I answer the question? And I think I did. All right, let's go to the second passage. This is just the first day. Okay. Some people think it is better to give than to receive. Other people think it is better to receive than to give. Think about the ideas in the two passages, then type an opinion piece that gives your opinion about which idea you think is better. Be sure to use information from both passages in your opinion piece. Well, this is what you call the extended writing. And if you click this writer's checklist, I got to do a lot. I've got to introduce my opinion. I've got to support my opinion with reasons and details from the passages. I've got to give my reasons and details in a clear order. I've got to develop my ideas clearly and use my own words. I've got to identify the passage by title. I got to use my linking or transition words, clear language and vocabulary, strong conclusion, and good grammar. Wow. But I can always pull this up if I forget any of this. That's like a GMAS cheat sheet. It tells you how to write it. But the good news is we've done this in class 100,000 times. We've really done this. Ask your child if we've written in my class. If we've done anything in that class, we've written. So, okay, so I'm going to start out with a strong way to introduce my topic. Just like I introduced it before, I'm going to introduce it kind of like that again. So, I have always loved to give. When I was a child, giving was a huge part of my life. Every Christmas, my mom would help me wrap presents to give to other people. Now, since your child is a child, they won't say when I was a child, but they can write about something that they know, or they can embellish the details a little bit. As long as they can show that they understand the topic, that's totally okay. Because some people have different experiences than others. So I've introduced my topic. Now I'm going to start with a strong topic sentence, an introduction to how I feel. I feel that giving is better than receiving. See, this tells the reader my point of view, how I feel about the topic, okay? So here's what I'm going to do. Just like I wrote in the previous constructed response, I'm going to write something that's much longer and more detailed. I'm going to use what's called the Oreo strategy. That means opinion, reason, example. Opinion, reason, example. And I'm going to go back and forth between my own opinion and details from the text. I'm going to mostly focus on the gift of giving, but if I find something in receiving is fun that I like, I'm going to include that too. So I feel that giving is better than receiving. First, giving can make you feel better, okay? According to the text, and I'm going to highlight a little bit more to show you where I'm getting this, to show you that I'm not copying though. Okay, because if I copy, I have to put it in quotation marks. According to the text, giving something to someone can make them feel better. Okay, so I kind of said what they said, but in my own Mr. Fleming way. All right. Then I'm going to incorporate an example from my own life into the text. So it goes from the text to me, text to self, text to text. We're kind of going back and forth. Make them feel better. When I gave my mom a little glass cat, it made her so happy. So you see how I'm going back and forth, and I've already written several sentences. Okay. Let's see what else it says. Also, you can't. Also, I think you can give anything and make someone's day. The author states, let's see. See, what does the author state? Even candy bars are exciting. The author states that you can give something as simple as candy and make someone happy. Okay? One time, I wrapped up a Dr. Pepper and gave it to my friend Jeremy. He was so excited. See, I'm incorporating ideas from the text, but I'm also including my own words. Okay. Let's see what other transition words we can use. Oh, surprises. Remember, this one was all about surprises, so I'm going to include some stuff about surprises. Surprising someone with a gift could mean that person could do the same for you. Another reason you should give. See, I'm giving my opinion. I'm saying should and I think and I feel. Those are opinion words. Another reason you should give is that everyone loves a good surprise. The text says, that, let's see. A good surprise could lead to other surprises. When I was a kid, my friend gave me a new video game because I bought him a basketball last year. It was so unexpected. Okay. So you see how I'm going back and forth between their ideas, my ideas, their ideas, my ideas. All right. Let's see. It says, best of all, giving makes you a nice person. Okay. So in addition, that means more things to write. In addition, the author believes giving makes you a great person. I completely agree because I always want to show people how much I care about them. Okay, and I'm also going to put some details in the text from both texts that shows. Now, one thing I forgot to do, oops, let's see, the writer's checklist, it says to include titles. I forgot to do that, but that's okay. I can come back and say that. So I agree with the author of The Gift of Giving. No harm done. Now I've written something truly, truly monumental and impressive, at least so far. I'm not done yet. Okay. All right. So completely agree because I always want to show people how much I care about them. Everyone knows I am a great gift giver and wants to visit me often. All right. So in conclusion, giving is the best. I disagree with the author of receiving is fun because I believe giving is far more enjoyable. And I want to make a concluding sentence that tells how I feel. So these are some reasons and details that prove why giving is better than receiving. See, I'm not coming up with some special new sentence. I'm just going back to how I started, okay? So how many words did I write? I wrote 1,376. Did I need to write that many words? Maybe. Did I say what I needed to say? That's the most important thing. It doesn't matter how many words you write. It matters, did you prove your point? Okay? Did you prove your point? And if you proved your point, if you said what they asked you to say, if you read these directions, matter of fact, after you've written, go back to these directions and say, did I answer this question? Did I really, really answer this question? If you did, you probably got a good score. Okay? Don't copy from the text, use your own words. If you must use words from the text, use them in a way that shows that you're the one writing. Okay. I usually discourage people from putting whole text boxes and quotes because sometimes kids don't know when to put the quotes around them, and that could lead to some really good writing examples getting scored as copied, which is 0 points. I don't want anybody to get a 0 for their great writing. All right, let's go to the next one. Question 6. Oh, wait, what just happened? There's a new passage here. So this is a brand new passage, and it's about something completely different. This is not informational. It's not opinion. This is a narrative. This is a story. So I got to read a narrative to answer these questions. So first of all, title, Buried Treasure. Michael and his sister Anna climbed the stairs to the attic. Their family had moved into the old house a week ago. The porch sagged like a droopy smile. Simile. And the window shutters hung like crooked teeth. Another simile. Michael opened the door at the top of the stairs. Their mother wanted them to clean the room. He stared at the dusty boxes piled against the wall. This will be the perfect place to play games, Anna announced. She twirled across the floor, ignoring the spider webs. We can paint the walls yellow. There's dialogue. They are full of cracks, Michael sighed. Anna had big ideas, but he was more practical. Let's get the job done. Okay, Anna agreed. She brought 2 boxes down the steps before she stopped again. Look what I found in this old tin box, she squeaked. Her brown eyes sparkled with excitement. It's a treasure map. Michael took the faded paper from her hands and studied the scribbled pictures. Some kid drew this years ago. You will not find that treasure anymore, he said. I might, Anna argued. It is a waste of time, Michael said. Anna did not listen. She slipped the map into her pocket. After lunch, Michael went outside to practice shooting baskets. Anna kept dashing past him like a flash of lightning. Simile. Finally, the muscles in his arms started to ache and he headed inside. His sister was sitting down in a kitchen chair. How is the treasure hunting? Michael teased. I wasted my time, Anna mumbled. Michael opened his mouth to agree, but the words caught in his throat. His sister looked like a balloon after it had lost its air. Her face was sweaty and her mouth was turned down. Let me help, he suggested, picking up the paper. Really? Asked Anna, jumping up like a spring. A moment later, they stood outside staring at the map. I can only find one tree, Anna said, pointing to a small pine near the steps. Michael looked at the tree and grinned. That is not the right tree, he explained. It is on the wrong side of the house, and it is only a few years old. There is a big stump on the other side. The tree on the map must have been cut down. Michael felt his heart pound as he got caught up in the excitement. At any moment, he felt as though they would stumble across a sandy hill covered with daisies and find the cement-covered well. Finally, they spotted an unusual rock shaped like a bird. Bird rock, cheered Anna, clapping her hands. Soon Michael discovered a tin box in a hollow spot at the base of the rock. Anna worked the cover loose, and together they stared at an old wooden yo-yo. We really found the treasure, shouted Anna. Michael laughed at her enthusiasm. Then he shared in her excitement. For the first time, he could see the old house the way Anna imagined it. So here's an illustration of the map. So this question has 2 parts. Pay attention to this because there's 2-part questions all over the GMATs, which hopefully you've been practicing in your coach book. Which sentence best described the change in Michael's attitude toward the treasure map? So characters change in stories. They start out one way and they end up some other kind of way. So which sentence best describes the change in Michael's attitude towards the treasure map? So at the beginning, he was let's see, He was saying, let's get this job done. He said, you will not find this treasure anymore. So he wasn't excited about the treasure at all at the beginning of the story, but at the end, let's see how he felt. Oh, it looks like he wanted to help her at the end because he's finding all these clues to help her. Okay. So he shared in her excitement. So both of them felt good about it at the end, even though Michael was not excited about it at the beginning. So let's see which sentence has to deal with that. Do you see how I highlighted that text evidence? It only took me a moment to go through and skim the ideas that helped me find this text evidence. So which sentence best describes the change in Michael's attitude toward the treasure map? A, Michael thinks the treasure map is a fake until he sees the treasure marked with an X. B, Michael thinks the treasure map is silly until he and his sister find the treasure in their yard. C, Michael thinks the treasure map is dangerous until he sees that it includes a picture of his house. Or D, Michael thinks the treasure map is drawn incorrectly until his sister finds a tree stump in his yard. Oh, one of these looks better than the other ones. Definitely. All right, so let's go one by one. Does Michael think it's a fake? No, he does not think it's a fake. I don't think it says that at all. But one word kind of stuck out to me. Michael thinks the treasure map is silly. Maybe, but he thinks it's silly. Not because he doesn't think it's real. I mean, he doesn't freak out when his sister finds the treasure map. So that's not the correct. I mean, finds the treasure. So that's not correct because he starts helping her before that. Michael thinks the treasure map is dangerous. He never thinks it's dangerous. So it's got to be D. It's got to be about the tree stump. And the reason I say that is there is a big stump on the other side. The tree on the map must have been cut down. So that's when he changes his mind about the treasure. All right, question B. So you see how part A, now part B is going to have something to do with part A. Let's see. Which pair of sentences in the story supports the answer to part A? Okay. I'm guessing it has something to do with what I've highlighted. A, soon Michael discovered a tin box at a hollow spot at the base of a rock. That doesn't really have to do with a tree stump. It is on the wrong side of, it is on the wrong side. You will not find this treasure anymore, he said, is on the wrong side of the house. It's only a few years old. Oh, that's right there. Some little kid drew this years ago. The tree must have been cut down. Okay, so that's definitely right there as well. Okay, and how is this treasure hunting? Michael teased. Michael laughed at her enthusiasm. So that doesn't really have anything to do with that. So it's got to be B or C, but which one supports how Michael changed? Did Michael change here? No, he's still not convinced right here. So it's got to be C. It's got to be C because that's where the tree must have been cut down and Michael figured out what had happened and why the map was different. So you see, you're using text evidence to figure out the answers. Answers don't they don't come from outer space. They come from right there in the text. Right there in the text. And all I had to do was highlight it. I didn't have to read this whole long story again. I just had to find where the right answer was. Okay. Okay, what is this? Oh my goodness. All right, we're going to finish retelling the story, Buried Treasure, and we're going to put the most important events in order. So we're on the GMAS, you have to use tools, and one of those tools is a sequencing tool. So before Anna looks for the treasure herself but cannot find it, let's see. Michael and Anna find a treasure map while cleaning the attic of a new house. Okay, you see how I clicked on that and it came up right here? So let's see if this makes sense. Michael and Anna find a treasure map while cleaning the attic of the new house. Then Anna looks for the treasure herself but cannot find it. Okay, that makes sense to me. Okay, the fourth event is after searching together, the children find the treasure. Okay, so before they search together and find the treasure, Michael offers to help Anna look for the treasure. That also has to do with event two. So let's see if this makes sense now. Michael and Anna find a treasure map while cleaning the attic of the new house. Then Anna looks for the treasure herself but cannot find it. Then Michael offers to help Anna look for the treasure. Then, after searching together, the children find the treasure. All right, what happens last? How about Michael begins to feel happy about living in the new house? That looks like what happens last in the story. So I've collected those answers. All right. Oh my goodness, it's making me write again. What is it making me write right now? Is it making me write giving and receiving? No, it's something else. Write a conclusion to the story in which Michael and Anna go back to the attic to see what else they can find. So you're telling me I have to write a story on the GMAS? Well, yeah, that's what a narrative is. It's let's see, develop a real or imagined experience, include a situation and introduce a narrator and or characters, organize events in order, use words or phrases to show the sequence of events, use dialogue and or descriptions of actions, thoughts, and feelings to develop events, show how characters respond to situations, include a conclusion, use ideas and or details from the passage, check your work for correct spelling, grammar, usage, capitalization, and punctuations. Good grief. Let's see if we can do that. So after they go back to the attic, then I can write my own story. So Michael, let's start with the basic. Michael and Anna went back to the attic to see what else they could find. Okay, so I'm beginning it just like they said to begin it. Okay, I'm not sure what I'm going to write, but I'm thinking about it right now. Okay, so first they found an old treasure chest. Okay, so I'm thinking about the story that I just read while I'm writing my new story. All right, see, these ideas are straight from my head. They looked around for a key, but couldn't find one. Do you know where the key is? Because they said to put some dialogue in there. Asked Michael. I think I do, replied Anna. So I'm only going to do two quotes in there because having quote after quote after quote after quote makes it like a Dogman story, a Dogman comic book. And I don't want you to write a Dogman comic book. I just want you to write a story. So Anna looked underneath an old creaky floorboard and found a bronze key. She used it to open the treasure chest. Just then, see, I'm using those sequence words to tell what's going on. Just then, a giant beam of golden light shot out of the chest. The two children could not believe their eyes. Inside the chest was what appeared to be 1,000 old baseball cards. Their grandfather must have collected them and stored them in their attic. They pulled the baseball cards out of the box one by one. They wondered how much these were worth. Michael and Anna went to the baseball card store and asked the owner. He told them that the cards were very rare, but he could not buy them because they were a precious family heirloom. He called Michael and Anna's grandfather and told them what the children had done. He wasn't mad, but he did want to keep his cards in a better place. Anna and Michael still love to find treasures, but from now on, they will be careful with what they find. Okay, that's my little narrative that I wrote. Completely original story. Let's see if I did all the things that they asked me to do. Did I develop a real or imagined experience? Absolutely. That's a brand new story. Did I introduce a narrator or the characters? Yeah, Michael and Anna are the characters. Do the events happen in order? Sure. Things happen in order. Did I show the sequence of events? Do I have dialogue? I probably could have had a little more. Did I show how characters respond to situations? Definitely, with the characters responding to finding the treasure chest. Do I have a conclusion? Yeah. Did I have good grammar and writing? Pretty good. It could have had a little more sentence variety, maybe a little bit more exciting, but for a story, this would probably get me the points. Now, on the second day is when you write your narrative. The second day is when you write your narrative. So, right in the middle of taking a reading test, you'll just jump into a narrative. I would recommend writing a little bit and then answering your multiple choice questions and then going back to your narrative. That way, you know you'll have time towards the end. But nobody ever runs out of time on the GMAS unless they are not trying very hard. All right, question 9. Okay. So choose the word. Oh, drop down menu. What is this? This looks like Lexia. The three schools in my city all begin the school day at different time. My school opens the earliest of the three. My brother is in middle school and his school opens later than my school. So you see, these are superlative adjectives and these are comparative adjectives. Seems like something that I've taught you. All right, we're on to math. So let's stop there. I'm going to make a separate video about math, but I want you guys to have a good look at the first 2 days of reading and writing.